What's your assessment so far, Patrick?
This is not sunny, warm California.
7 o'clock update. So we have 34.7 miles left, and it's giving me an estimated time of 9 hours and 34 minutes. We're doing like 4.0, 4.1 speed over ground. Another batch of coffee's going. What's that?
4 KSB?
4 KSB. 4-knot shitbox. I'm happy with that. I just don't want it to be a 3-knot shitbox. So the objective here with the 9.5 hours, and it's 7 a.m. right now, is to get to Two Harbors before it gets dark out. We've got a couple hours buffer. So if we get the headwinds, if it winds up being 15 to 20 knots, if we get more winds later today, then it's gonna slow us down big time. Right now we've still got a little bit of wind coming, I think, from behind us, maybe a little bit south in it. So we're making okay time right now, but that could change quite a bit. If the wind shifts a little bit more to the south, if it shifts clockwise over the day before it hits us on the nose, we may have some wind coming around to the beam and then around to the front, so we may get a little bit of sailing or motor sailing out of it today. So that wouldn't be too bad if we could pick up a knot for a while. 10:21 a.m. I just finished a delicious little nap for 45 minutes, I think, an hour, maybe, I don't know. We're right, just spun on about 20 miles out from Two Harbors. See Avalon, and we're headed towards Two Harbors. Patrick's been manning the boat. We're motor sailing. So the wind's shifted directions quite a bit. We're making 4.6 to 4.7 knots in that kind of range, which is good. That's pretty good speed for us. And I think at the rate we're going, we're gonna get there pretty comfortably with lots of daylight left, which is nice. I'm hoping that the shore boat is going to be running, that they'll have one at Two Harbors. I don't know if they do or not. They have one at Avalon, but I neglected to bring the oars. They're for the dinghy. They're in the garage at home. Discovered that last night around midnight.
And
Captain. I know the captain screwed that one up pretty significantly.
Floggings at midnight.
So we left the dinghy in the car rather than stowing it on the foredeck without having paddles or oars or whatever. So much for that. But other than that, I mean, it's absolutely beautiful. It's pretty easy going here. It's going to be motor sailing all the way to Two Harbors today, for sure. Wind might pick up a little bit. I think if it's shifting around a little bit, I think we're going to be wind up motoring straight into it. At least that's my theory based on the wind forecast. We're going to decide tomorrow or tonight, probably make the decision after we have a beer or two, which could mean a dumb decision.
Best decision making is after you have a beer.
Right. So we're gonna we'll try and see if we can get an update on the forecast and whether it makes sense for us to try and go around to the backside of the island to kind of do our Catalina circumnavigation back to Avalon. So either we'll take the short hop to Avalon tomorrow, or we'll try and go around the island. I think we'll have plenty of wind. It's just getting around the front end of the island here that's going to be the question mark with how much wind we'll have to beat our motor into to get around there. And then after that, I think wind would be coming from a favorable direction pretty much all the way around the island here. All right, noon update. It's pretty quiet out here, actually. There's a little, I think, a fishing boat maybe. So we're 12 miles out. Two Harbors is down there. Patrick is just getting up from his delicious nap. I don't know how he made it as long as he did without taking a nap. But we encountered 0 ships in the shipping lane, so it's really quiet. The only marine life we've seen has been small little seabirds and seagulls, so we haven't really seen much. 0 dolphins, which is pretty strange. Kind of in the lee of the island right now, but there's not much wind. It's coming this way towards us, so not really anything to work with in terms of sailing. So typical Southern California motor sailing. How was the nap?
Delicious.
3 hours of sleep. Did you get 4? Maybe 4.
Yeah, probably about 3 hours of sleep.
I don't think that's a dolphin. We'll see what it is. Probably a basking shark. That looks like I don't know.
It looks like a side fin.
There it is.
It looks like a side fin of a sea lion or something, but I don't see the screw.
I don't think that's a sea lion.
You want to turn around for it?
Yeah, we can. Just put it on standby and
Yep, I got one.
see if we can get another look.
Yeah, that's like a big.
Is that a mola mola? Yeah, that's probably what that is. Cut it. Start cutting it to port a little. All right, go ahead and straighten it out here.
Spooked it.
Yeah, let's see if he comes back up. All right, I'm thinking that might have been a little bit smaller sunfish or mola mola. There he is again. As it did look like a big fish, kind of on its side, just towards the top. And I know those sunfish don't swim worth a crap, so I'm gonna go with that. All right, the almost 1 p.m. update. We've got about a little over 8 miles to go. First encounter of any kind of traffic, some kind of a ferry coming through off Catalina. We actually, maybe you can see that cargo ship over there, and there's another one over there. So there are some cargo ships now coming through the shipping lanes, but these are what, 970 feet almost long, with 103 feet draft. Beam. Yeah, they probably couldn't get in and out of harbor very well. I didn't get much sleep last night, but I probably would still say stupid shit.
Okay. First video of this trip. We got up at dark o'clock, 4 a.m. after a few hours of rest. Motor sailed, and now it's glass. Absolute glass. There's the mainland. And Catalina Island. I put the camera down on the, get an idea of the wave action going on here. There's some, you know, small swells. All the wind waves have died down, but just the leftover mess. We saw a big fish sunning itself earlier, but that's about all the sea life outside of a few birds. So hi, good afternoon. We're looking to have a fun time, about 3 more hours before we get into land. It's pretty deceiving that you see that big land and then have to take hours and hours and hours to get there. So that's what happens on a slow boat to China.
Alright, this is the 2:30 update. We're just a couple miles out from Two Harbors. Coming up pretty close. We're gonna go around Ship Rock here, and then we're gonna head in, so I'll hail these guys in a minute. Patrick has resorted to foot steering.
Ankle steering.
Ankle steering. Given up on the tiller pilot. It's kept drifting a little bit as we were going along from time to time, so I think he got tired of it, or maybe he just got bored. But wind's actually pretty nice right now. It's on the nose, so we're not doing any sailing. What's that?
It's on the nose at about 12 to 15.
Yeah, I'd say about 12 to 15. Not the water's still pretty flat because there's not much of a fetch here, so it's pretty nice. Probably be similar to this tomorrow. Might even be a little windier. 10 to 20. Yeah, so 10 to 20. We still need to make a decision, because if we were going to go and do the circumnavigation, we decide that after we have our beer, we would wind up going around the island. Around the island, we'd be on the other side, and the wind will be coming from most likely the same direction. At least it's forecast to come from the same direction tomorrow. So it might be a little bumpy getting around the point of the island here, but then after that, you know, I think we'd have a pretty good run. And then we'll decide whether or not tomorrow, whether we would come back around and try and pick up in Cat Harbor, or come all the way back to Avalon. So those decisions will be made with alcohol.
We're about 3 nautical miles offshore.
You heard that. 3 miles offshore. Got about an hour to go. There's a couple rocks there marking the entrance. The big one on the port is where we're going to leave the port, I should say, and then hang a buoy and zip on into the marina, or the harbor. The Habit.
Shipwreck is over on the other side.
Yeah. But it's, as you can see, the wind's come in. The wind out of the north, or out of the west. This is out of the west. So we're basically going due west, and the wind's right on the nose. So the last hour it's going to get bumpy again. Speed's dropping down, getting back down to under 4 knots, which is not a good situation. But we only have 5.1 nautical miles to go, or so. So we're not in dire straits, but still a hell of a lot warmer than Illinois. I can be out here wearing shorts and a light jacket. So, and the boat's in the water. And it's all rigged and all clean. And all the teak looks really nice. See all the lovely teak. Handiwork of fine Mexican men. harbors. Apparently they have two habits. So there's this big rock, flat rock, that Mark wants me to be like a half a mile away from because he doesn't want to scratch his anchor. But
It's like Caddyshack. Hey, scratch my anchor.
yeah, you scratched my anchor! Come back here! So, we're so far away, we did all this epic voyage, and then we look. Oh, look, there's the coast, only 20 miles away. Damn it, we should have launched from there. Oh well. Would have been a lot shorter voyage, and we would have had to wind abeam. But ain't nobody can get to there, nor can anybody afford a slip up there. So
Long Beach, and that would have been half the distance. You can get some bank slips back up in there.
well, we should have done that. We should have done a trip to Long Beach today. Then
I know where to go for chicken and waffles in Long Beach.
nice chicken and waffles and company.
Yeah.
But this is an amazing coastline here. Just looking out, it's surprisingly big and rocky. Anyway, next update will be moored.
And I can take responsibility for driving at that point. You can yell at me, but that gives you the dubious honor of fucking picking up the goddamn thing. So, I don't think we're gonna have anybody on our ass there. You know what I mean? There's Bird Rock. So we're just coming around Bird Rock. You see a green can there. We're gonna stay to the starboard of that, and then we'll be picking up a mooring right along the beach. Out the side with our stern facing the beach, so we'll be cool square rig ship over there. And there's another look at Ship Rock. Probably should be called Ship Rock. Pretty obvious. So, yeah, this is pretty good. They said that they do have 3 hours for the shore boat. It sounds like they're running to
Facing the beach on Alpha 585. That's the second row that is from the beach.
Copy, Alpha 5.
And when you guys come into the mooring field here and come into the row, you'll be with your stern facing out to sea. I'm sorry, with your stern facing towards the beach, you'll be between the A row and the B row, and you'll pick up that wand at the stern.
Roger, pick up wand at the stern, stern facing the beach. Looks like we got a mooring. Alright, there's Bird Rock. So we're just coming around Bird Rock. You see a green can there. We're gonna stay to the starboard of that, come in, and then we'll be picking up a mooring right along the beach, Alpha 5 with our stern facing the beach, so we'll be in pretty close. Cool square rig ship over there. Then there's another look at Ship Rock, which probably should be called Shit Rock. It's pretty obvious. So yeah, this is pretty good. They said that they do have reduced hours for the shore boat. It sounds like they're running until 6:30, which is cool because then we can get on shore and walk around a little bit.
It is.
So sometimes I think they take the stand line out, or it's not always in service. So we'll have to figure out whether Alpha is the first row or the second row.
Okay, we're coming into the actual mooring field. Hell of a lot of moorings here. I'm sure it gets really busy in the summer. Cool. There's a nice sailboat over there.
Yeah, Memorial Day, 4th of July, summer weekend.
Oh, I'm sure. book some fishing boats, the other boats. There's a nice catch over there. That's a beautiful boat.
I think we're going to be on the, I think Alpha 5 is going to be to the right.
That would be the Cove to be in tonight, right there.
So we're all tied up here at Two Harbors at the Isthmus. Patrick did a fine job of doing the pickup. We did discover that the boat's a little short for these moorings, so we had to run our own, what do you call that, a pennant, or what do you call our little extension? So we had to run our own line to extend on the bow.
Rig, and I just want to let Debbie know for the record that his boat's obviously too short. He's going to need a bigger boat.
Obviously. Now the big question is going to be, did I try a proper bowline? And is that the right knot? I was thinking maybe sheet bend instead, but we went with bowlines, and the question is, did I tie it correctly? I think I did, but we'll find out in the middle of the night tonight when the wind starts blowing. Shoreboat's been called. This is going to be en route. So he's here. So here he comes. There she is.
Yeah, that's like half the boat you need for that spot there. Easily a 48.
Yeah, how long are these moorings for? Okay. We added it.
Aiden, this is for you, bub. Look at this. This is a LA County Department fire department paramedic lifeguard boat. Look at this. It's got the blue lights. It's got the headsets and everything. It's for you, bub.
Here's my new anchor road. So we're walking across the isthmus here from the isthmus at Two Harbors to Catalina Harbor, and tomorrow we may pick up a mooring at Catalina Harbor. We may go all the way to Avalon. Based on current beers and decision making, I think we're tentatively planning to sail around the island tomorrow.
Yeah, I think we got to try to go for it.
There's a little bit of a breeze now. We'll probably have this or more tomorrow, so we'll just kind of play it by ear.
Okay, this, as I understand it from Mark, who's my tour guide here, this cactus is called the cushion cactus because it's like a bed. You run and you jump on it. So what Mark's going to do is he's going to demonstrate for me running. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, wah! Insert edit here.
Hey, the school bus is here.
Oh, sweet. Those are those girls you were trying to pick up earlier.
No, those girls are too old. They're like
Anyway, it's kind of cool. Cool cactus. You don't have those in Illinois. Look at the base of that thing. It's amazing. But this bus has been here since 1952. It's like a 6x6. Long Beach School District. No, they've jacked that thing up. They put on a 6-inch lift on it.
So here's what kind of strikes me as interesting here with Cat Harbor. So here's the little pier and the dinghy dock. If we come tomorrow, since we didn't bring the dinghy and there's no shore service here in Cat Harbor, we'll be kind of stuck. There's more boats here than there is at the Isthmus. So I don't know if these guys are just staying here all the time or
These guys,
what the deal is. I mean, that houseboat probably looks like it's part of the permanent collection here.
There's a boat with no mast. There looks like a lot of tourist boats. There looks like a lot of permanent boats and day sailors here.
You know what? Maybe one is that one boat out there the only one anchored, or is this other sailboat a little bit closer?
Well, there's that one way out there with an anchor riding sail. I think everybody else
Yeah, I mean, is that other sailboat the next closest one? Is he? You think he's on a mooring?
He looks to be on a mooring.
Yeah.
Ball's just to the right of it.
All right, so I was a little tired when I went grocery shopping, but I did manage to pick up steaks and asparagus, but maybe I missed a few things like can openers for some of the, like for the beans and stuff we were gonna have, which you need to have asparagus and beans with 2 guys on a small boat. So the asparagus has been grilled, and then the steaks are on the grill outside, so Patrick is taking over responsibilities. He's fully culpable if he fucks this up. If he does a good job, I'll take full credit.
Like a good man.
So I'm covered. I've got my
I'll take
bases
another
covered.
plate, please.
This will be good. Uno plato.